Delaware. Deborah Hersman is with us. She's the former head of the NTSB, a woman who knows a lot about investigating aircraft mishaps. And Deborah, first off, this point I keep making about the fact that all of this research now, including metallurgy and the kind of crime scene investigators that police do, strewn over a wide area, will have to go on now in a war zone.
Absolutely, and I would be very concerned if I was anyone sending my people in there that they need to be safe. And so you've got to determine whether or not you can protect your investigators or even the aviation professionals coming in from Boeing and others. Safety and security for them has got to be a primary concern.
How much, based on your expertise and having done this for a living for so many years, how much do you think has already been gathered? Do you think we have somewhere a good idea of the last tower communications? Obviously, through commercial websites, we can see its last known air location. How much has been gathered, obviously, that can't be shared publicly behind the scenes?
You know, they are going to be working feverishly, and I'll tell you, people cooperating all around the world to gather as much information as possible. It's about securing the perishable evidence, the aircraft parts and pieces on the ground, but also information from everything to do with weather, the air traffic control tapes, the handoffs, the satellite signals, any messages that might have been coming from the aircraft systems about maintenance. You can bet every single person that might be a part of this food chain is putting their hands on data and information right now.
And who and where will they be dealing with the loved ones? This was an Amsterdam origination, but of course, Amsterdam is a pretty vast airport, and these are flights that could have, trips that could have originated in all kinds of foreign capitals. And we already know this was a code share with KLM, which kind of further complicates the search for information if you're a civilian loved one.
It is so important in the aftermath of a crash to really remember, regardless of all the politics or the technology that we're talking about, that at the end of the day, there were several hundred humans on this aircraft and those lives were lost. And dealing with those families and the loved ones and the friends of those individuals that were lost has to be a priority. I think Malaysia Airlines has just recently gone through this experience this past year and understood really how important it is. And I think in an international aviation environment with all of these code-share relationships, this has got to be driving home for every airline how important it is to have a plan in place when something like this happens.
Deborah Hersman, former head of the NTSB, these days CEO of the National Safety Council, a career spent in safety in all forms of transportation. Deborah, thank you very much. We recognize it is early yet, and we're looking, all of us, at the same imagery, these same grainy pictures from a field near the Russian border in what is a war zone. All we know for sure, a huge air tragedy today, yet another one.